Okay, yeah. Yeah. That's it. Welcome back, everybody. Today, the night of November 2025. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody went to the church, and it was good today. This was one of those days in church where you learn about what happens heaven and hell, and you don't pretty much hear that every day, especially in this side of the world. And it was quite interesting to just get a different perspective about the story of Lazarus, about how we got to know the name of Lazarus, and we didn't even know the name of the rich man, and how while the old story pointed out to the fact that who is the Lord of your life. And I was really blessed. I mean, just reconsecrate your life to Christ, and then you get that blessing, and then you move right into the week. So I just said I should do this quick broadcast and stream following the elections that happened yesterday in ANAMBRA state. It was obvious, like I did predict that Soludo was gonna win. It was clear as day, right? I don't know if you had a different expectation. Okay, for me, I know it was just expected that it was gonna win, and that's the reality of what's happening. You would know, okay? You don't need to wait till the final day before you make up your mind on what is happening. There are signs, there are signals. You should learn to differentiate between the noise and the signal. You should get to know, where things are moving. What are the preparations needed? Because except you want to be delusional, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result. One of the things I complained about yesterday was when I saw the Situation Room of the Labour Party, I was really mad. I was really mad because I felt, how on earth would you have such a situation room? Now, I'm going to compare two situation rooms and let me know what you think. This is Abga's situation room. Look at this. And I'm going to duplicate this, okay? And then show you. This is a situation room. Look at that. A situation room. Look at it. Every polling unit, look at that. Look at that.
Mr. Beast. Did I look like pop stars? How did I look?
So this is Abga's situation room. Now look at another one. Let's just compare both. I'm gonna, okay, let me go this way. Now this is the second one.
Please, can you explain to us what is going on with the big two?
This is another situation room.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So if you look at what we have on the screen,
look at the wires. One of the things I said yesterday. One of the things I said yesterday was this.
Explain to us what
look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Please, can you explain to us what is going on with the big screen?
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Please, can you explain to us?
Look at what we have on the screen right now. What we are trying to do is that we have
a little bit of confusion there. I mean, it's not my fault. Look at the room itself. It's a confusion room.
Everyone, so
look at this. This is a situation. This is the people who want to hand over the reign of Nigeria to. This is the people who want to take Nigeria to the permanent site. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Look at this. This is a situation room. And then look at this. This is another situation room.
What we are trying to do is that we have some of our agents that has clocked in that they are in different local governments in Anambra State. So if you look at this place, we have in Orumba South, we have about two of our agents that has already indicated it, that has shown us that they are already clocked in there. And if you look down in the polling unit where they has shown us that they are already, we have already.
So that I just want to give you the
unit where they are going
I
to
just
be
want to
voting.
give you the area
This is
view
Owerri, Sukana,
so
and
you
Ibadan.
see what I'm talking about. When I come out and say these people are not just serious. Look at this. Look at this. They are not just serious. They are not just serious bunch. I want them to take over Nigeria. Right? New Nigeria is possible. Look at this. At the lowest level of execution, these guys, they fail. At the lowest level, I'm not even talking about doing complex stuff. I'm not even talking about trying to put like real, and there are real complex issues when it comes to leadership, when it comes to execution, when it comes to, working on projects, when it comes to taking the whole Nigeria problem and trying to offer a solution. This is what they have.
The polling unit where they are going to be voting. This is Owerri.
So again, that was the first thing I pointed out. And I said, this can't work. This can't work. You can't have this kind of, stuff. Now, parties create situation room on election day. Which party started it? APC leads, other follow. Mr. Yunusa just got a short-let apartment for a day, collected 3 television from Chikudi, enter inside the living room, and it's a situation room. Isn't that wonderful? You cannot give what you don't have. And I said it yesterday that this is crazy. Now we're going to do the post-mortem, looking at what happened. Okay, looking at what happened, and then just try to analyze the situation. And it was a woeful situation. Woeful situation. Now let's look at this. Let's just start with this. Now obedience are coming out to try and give us an excuse of what happened. I'm still going to go to the scores, the final scores. Your Excellency Peter Obi, if you have not already, it's high time you invest heavily in the media, both TV stations and news channel. It may not be financially profitable, but it benefits in the long run. Its benefits in the long run are massive. Don't leave this business to corrupt businessmen. He's assuming in his mind that Peter Obi is the one that is not corrupt. That's the premise here. Again, I'm not going to debate that with you, but okay, let's assume Peter Obi is not corrupt. He wants Peter Obi now to invest heavily in the media. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. I would say that the obedient movement have earned and have taken advantage, and they benefited from organic media. They are the loudest. They easily dominated X during the 2023 elections. They covered up all of the inefficiencies and inadequacies of Peter Obi. Rightly so. And that did help them. Most people didn't really know the capability of this guy. Whatever he did in Anambra State when he was a governor, that made the people in Anambra State not to really like him in 2013, 2014, 2015, was covered up on X. It came in like a year towards the end of the election, and Nigeria was in shambles. The APC government at the time mismanaged the whole situation. So naturally, he earned that media. But this is what I said after the elections, that the capacity and the capabilities of Peter Obi will start coming out. And people will start scrutinizing. People will start digging deep. And this is not me. We've now seen even people that were obedient during the 2023 elections coming out to say, oh, this and this and this about Peter Obi. Some of them are even more brutal and more antagonistic of the obedient movement than people that were never even at any point in time an obedient. And I said it. So again, you don't need to invest in media right now. This is more of execution. This is more of you building a structure. At least you've had nothing less than 2 years And we knew this day would come, that there will be an election in Anambra State. Not today. We knew that 4 years ago. If you had a principal that was serious, if Peter Obi was serious, he should have known that this is one of the pivotal moments for his political career. This is your base. This is your own state. This is where you were influential. This is where you were calling the shot 10 years ago. And I don't want people, okay, yeah, there was vote buying yesterday. I know. I said that was wrong. I said EFCC should arrest whoever is in charge and did that. But again, what we saw yesterday was not an issue of vote buying. It was an issue of calamity and lack of preparation, lack of understanding the scope of work that was expected from the Labour Party. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So now we want Peter Obi to do what? To do another media. No, he doesn't need to buy another media. But again, I digress. So let's go and get the final result of what happened yesterday. It was unfortunate that even LP was not even second. And ADC, which was also one of the main parties, also didn't even rank well. It's quite crazy. It's quite crazy. And while we do that, there are other videos that I actually want to play today that I did bookmark yesterday. And quite interesting. I'm going to talk about the security situation in Nigeria and all of those stuff's happening. And the threat by the US, there was a video, and I think that video was talking about how the United States rescued one of the kidnapped, I think it was a missionary in Niger State and Nigeria, around Niger and Nigeria environs. Okay. The final results, official, as declared by INEC State, returning officer, Professor Edoba Omorige. ABGA, 422,000. So Charles Soludo is returned as the winner. APC. I didn't even know that APC would actually throw good workings here. Now, there's an implication for 2027 here. APC has a mandate to make sure that they are well grounded in the Southeast. And one of the regions that APC that doesn't favor APC is the Southeast. Look at the elections. Again, you could say, oh, Peter Obi is not on the ballot. Okay, that's fine. How on earth will a YPP, this is a party that I don't even know much about, YPP, how on earth will a YPP have more than LP and ADC combined? And I saw one guy talking online, will say, oh, Peter Obi doesn't do, I don't buy, he doesn't buy vote. Okay, fine, if you don't buy vote, but at least get like an 120. Be a second. Peter Obi doesn't buy votes. He doesn't buy votes. People are not ready. People are never ready. Okay? People are never ready. Those you want to help, they're never ready. This is abysmal. This is ridiculous. LP 10,000. They even reduced. Oh my God. They even reduced. They're between, maybe let's say 10,505 to 10,482, because if they want to go to court, you don't go to court with this kind of results. This is just wasting everybody's time. And I told Obi, 2023, okay, fine. You wanted to go to court, it was fine. I said, don't put so much emphasis on this court thing. Okay? Try and start building your party. Because we already knew what would happen. Oh, everywhere is corrupt, everybody's corrupt. But it's not like you getting 10,000. These people don't even believe. And I said that. The moment when I was seeing some funny antics by Abga, saying some obedient endorsed, some obedient member, I came out and I said, and I've been saying this right from the beginning, I said, you don't build a movement, can always move to either direction. You could have a fringe element in that movement come out and say, we're going with another party, because there's no constitution. There's nothing like obedient constitution. So an obedient can, in their own right mind, bring like 5 people together and say, you know what? We're going to endorse Tinubu. Wait for 2027. You start seeing obedient group endorsing Tinubu. Because it's not a party. There's no constitution. It's just a movement. And I said this. So now, LP, George Mogalu, it's so bad that Glock does not even know the name of YPP. The YPP guy, for all I care, had more than LP and ADC combined. So maybe YPP should be the third force in Anambra. This is not good. This is not good. This is freaking not good. And then PDP, whatever they're doing right now, there is nothing that gives me more joy than seeing PDP that destroyed a country and handed it over to APC that also tried to destroy the country in the last 8 years of Buhari, to see PDP going on a natural demise. This is a party that they said from 1999 they were meant to rule Nigeria for 60 years. So the plan was that they would rule Nigeria up until 2059. The moment they were kicked out from the ruling party, they became miserable. This is good. This is good. Abga is more of, you know what, if there's anything Biafra, this is Ojuku's party. This is where it all began. So I'm happy. I'm happy that we all have this. So that was what happened. There was some observation that I bookmarked. Let me see if I can get that for you guys. There was some observation that I bookmarked. Let me see this. Okay. Okay, now they are throwing tantrums. I mind my business and don't engage with you all. However, if this is how you want to play, bring it on Kwayo. Well, guys, you won't believe, apart from Abga having a blowout lead, thank God that APC was even a little bit close, because if not, possibly Soludo would have even gotten maybe like 90-something% of the whole vote. Because the level of incompetence. And when we tell people in LP, and maybe some other parties too, like the ADC, I told you, immediately ADC came out, I told you that this ADC was going down. Because there was even no ideology. Like they wanted to remake what Tinubu did with ACN and CPC. I told you that this was not the way. This was not the way. The way at which you had egos come together to form a political party, and everybody's like, I'm going to be the president, I want to be a candidate, Peter Obi wants to be a candidate, Atiku wants to be a candidate, and then LP members were saying that Atiku should step down for Peter Obi. I'm like, in what? How do you even explain that? Because Peter Obi's political career was elevated by Atiku. And when it was time for Peter Obi to pay back Atiku, the most crucial time, Peter Obi left Atiku. That was the most crucial time. Right now, we would have had a president, Atiku, if Peter Obi had stayed with him for all it's worth. So again, there's this betting scheme that happens where people kind of put their money into it and say, okay, you know what? I think, like it happened during the 2024 elections in the United States, where people were voting with their money to predict either Kamala Harris or Donald Trump will win. So it's called poly market, right? So if the market is saying that Donald Trump will win, you're putting in money. So you could see the market, the graphs showing that, oh, this is what's going to happen. So now there's something like that also in Nigeria, where, do you know what? They were not even saying that LP will win. They were saying that LP would win at least one local government. How bad can it be? So will LP win any LGA in Anambra governorship election? Any. So that means if LP wins one, okay, this person was betting that LP is going to win one. And if LP wins one, he's going to win, you know what? He's going to get 453,000. You put in 150K and then you get 453. If LP wins just one local government out of the 21. But you know what happened? This person lost their money, right? We are securing at least 2 or 3 LG if the election is free or fair. Even for you to come out to say you're going to have 2 or 3 out of 21 in a party that your principal was a governor 13 years ago. And your principal was not just a governor, your principal managed to become the presidential candidate. I understand that ABGA is Anambra and Anambra is ABGA. But at least 2 local governments, at least one. Dude, LP did not even win anything. They didn't win anything. So this guy is saying that, oh, we're securing at least 2 or 3 elections if the election is free or fair. This is launch money anyways. So the guy lost 150 grand yesterday. Except if he actually closed his transaction before. Because again, you could actually go in and out before the election. If you see that, oh, this thing is not going to go my way, maybe you could actually, you know, maybe lose 50K out of the 100. So this guy was saying that we're going to, and you people think LP stand a chance in Anambra today because of Peter Obi. Oh yeah, now go put your money. So the guy put his money, 150K. Well, ladies and gentlemen, not only did LP not secure 2 or 3, 0 LG. 0. Oh, now mumu them they use in head break coconut and in they hope to chop inside. It's 21-0 for Governor Soludo. He won all 21 LGA. You won't hear pin from them, but wait for Ekiti. I won't read the other one. I won't more ale. You see that? He couldn't win one. They need to do a real post-mortem on what really happened. I'm not saying don't even go for election. That's it. That's it. That was what happened. Okay. Now they are now blaming the citizens. The citizens that have always been the one at the receiving end. The citizens that would always, suffer when they remove subsidy. I arrived Anambra on Friday to observe yesterday's election. Okay, and I can boldly say, Nigerian politicians have conquered the citizen. This is also a Peter Obi sympathizer. They've conquered the citizen. Now you're blaming the citizens because you didn't have your way. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're correct. Maybe it's a citizen. Like I always say, that you are the leaders. Okay, you hate the leaders of Nigeria today, but they're a reflection of who we are as a people. Seriously, they are. But it is what it is. So now I blame the people. People underestimate how silent conquest can be. It's really tank in the street. The small decision accepted over time until the cage is too familiar to notice. Most citizens act like the spectator in their own life. That's exactly how the system prefers it. The power to break the cycle is always there. The question is whether people can recognize their own strength before the next election rolls around. That realization is where education comes in. I think Anambra, that realization is where election comes in. I saw faces yesterday that looked like that had been waiting for years to receive that bribe. They see it as their own share of the national cake. Politicians will make this to the last unless and until there is a ballot revolt. Excuse me, what are you talking about? Where education comes in. Peter Obi goes around bragging how he was able to take Anambra from being number 30-something or from number 20-something to number 1 in election in Nigeria just a few years ago. Now you're blaming education, and this is Anambra. This is not one rejected state in some places in Nigeria. This is Anambra where you people have said we should go to Anambra and go and verify. But now you're now saying that education is a problem in Anambra. I thought the thought was that Anambra was one of these best states that, you know, Peter Obi turned to an El Dorado, and that was the model that you guys want to push for the nation, because Peter Obi was this real guy. At times he even refers to himself as a messiah. Now, if you can compare anything, compare me to a messiah. And we're saying, guys, use a little bit of logic. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying he didn't try, but don't come and sell something to me. I mean, I might not be this thing, but I wasn't born last night. Impunity in our electoral system. Let me tell you something. There was vote buying that happened yesterday. And it's a shame. But the result we're seeing is not a result of vote buying. It's a result that the opposition in Nigeria has failed. I'm not saying that they should win, but you can't be having 10,000 out of a 500 and something K total vote. You're not even in play at all. You are far from whatever it is, toss up, you're even far from that. But again, it is what it is. I've got a lot to cover today. I just hope that, you know, things can work out. Okay, seeing vote buying is crazy. Seeing vote buying in 2025 is crazy. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm going to move on. Let me see how people are spinning this election issue online. See, ANAMBRA.
Chukwuma Soludo of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, the winner of Saturday's election. And he polled about 422,000 votes to defeat his closest rival, Nicholas Ukachukwu of the All Progressives Congress, who polled 99,445
Okay, so
Anambra State by the returning officer, Professor Edoba Omorege. And if you could see, that's this. Okay, candidates also. So definitely during the collation of results, you know, there are some places you see registered voters of over 100,000, and we have accredited voters of about just 15 to 20,000. So that shows that there was low turnout of voters yesterday, but by and large, the election was peaceful. You know, everywhere we went to, we didn't hear any form of breakdown of law and order or any form of criminal activity anywhere. The police security operatives, they were everywhere trying to forestall any breakdown of law and order. I covered Anambra. I covered Anambra North yesterday, and that's Onitsha South, Onitsha North, and Oyi local government around those areas, and there were no incidences of any violence recorded at the polls yesterday. And also
okay, so that's that about that. I just saw this. Okay, people are saying that this is what people sold their future for in Anambra. Shame, Ireo. People didn't sell their future like that. I mean, your party, your people didn't work. So Soludo has come out to say, thank you, India Anambra. I can never express enough gratitude for your immense support on this jinx-breaking journey. Our promise remains firm and unwavering, and our resolve to fulfill it grows even stronger by the day. The destination is a livable and prosperous smart mega city, a homeland we can all be proud to live in, learn, work, relax, and enjoy. On this, we are laser focused and ready to shift into higher gears over the next 4 years. Thank you, Indian Anambra. We remain laser focused. Thank you. Okay, so that's that for this. Moment policemen fired gunshots after INEC declared Soludo winner. Why would they fire gunshot? Let's see this. That's crazy. What? On whose record is that? Using taxpayers' money. Again, how is a policeman firing up there? Why do they have a vested interest? Shouldn't they be neutral? Why would they be celebrating the... that one says take it easy. What? What? Wow. This is a disgrace. Whoever did that should be fired. Whoever fired that gunshot should be fired. What? Wow. Well, we've seen the final results. That's crazy. This is crazy. Look at policemen celebrating the victory of a politician, demonstrating partisanship. Look at the rounds wasted while banditry is ravaging the old streets. Show on accountability. It's so crazy. The Nigerian police is part of the problem. And then they will be complaining and people will come out and say, oh, let's fight for them because they don't have their pensions. This is really crazy. This should, I think the IG of police should investigate this, and whoever is found guilty here should be fired. This is crazy. Okay, this was a prediction. The app guy will be... This is social media. Confusion erupted in ANAMBRA after uniformed soldiers showed up at the collation center without a clear reason for their presence, prompting the deputy governor to interrogate their leaders. Okay, that's fine. I don't know why they're there. Now that explains why they were actually, celebrating.
To learned people, by who? Where that was?
Hello, sir. Fine, sir. Yes, I left there, so I was talking with the EO. The EO now told me to meet her at her office. So when I went there, I met the deputy governor at her office. So now he's saying I was interfering with...
My friend, don't say what you don't know. Is that the commander? No, don't say what you don't know. You can't be reporting wrongly.
Is that the commander?
Is that the commander? What was speak to him?
Then
he was saying that you talking to.
Is that the commander?
I can't be lying in front of everybody here. Stop that nonsense, my friend.
If that's
Will you stop that nonsense?
Hello, sir.
Who want to speak to the commander? It is my own election.
Can you hear me, sir? So I don't know what all this thing that happened because I just came here. She said
something is wrong. Something is wrong.
No, sir.
Something is wrong here.
Excuse me, sir.
Something is wrong here.
Excuse me, sir.
Who called the army? That's my problem.
What?
Yes.
Who called the army? Now Trump will say he wants to send in his own troop. Everybody will be complaining. Look at what they're doing. This is an election, live election. And then you have the military.
You was just asked a very simple question.
Who gave you?
Who called you?
Who called you?
Who gave the command? Who gave you the directive?
Oh yeah.
It's a very simple thing.
Who called you?
Excuse me, sir. Please, just calm down. Just calm down and listen to me, sir. I'm very sorry. Just calm down and listen to me.
If you started with that, you're sorry. Then we will listen to you. Because this kind of nonsense was stopping this country.
No, but we didn't come. They just look at the message.
You
ask questions.
You want to intimidate me?
You did not ask questions.
Who gave you the directive?
Are you supposed to be part of this process?
Are you supposed to be part of this process?
Are you supposed to be part of this process?
Coming to obtain election materials and
That's what you did.
kidnap presiding officers to an unknown destination.
Wait.
Kidnap?
No, this is ridiculous. Guys, this is really, really ridiculous.
What is your mission? What is your mission here now?
Your mission.
No, the man is just intimidating me.
What did she tell me when I called her?
Why are you calling her in the first place? I mean, why are you calling her in the first
Answer
place?
what you told me when I told her.
You're not listening to us.
Mana, what did you tell me when I called you, please? I'm sorry. What did you tell me?
Victor, I beg, bring my phone.
Damn.
The one in charge of Oka North and South.
that he was caught.
Okay, that's fine.
That
What? This is crazy. Like, you have these military men that should be in their office trying to secure the country because Donald Trump has threatened that he's going to come in if they don't do anything right. And then you see them going to coalition centers on the order of whoever. That's crazy. State House press statement, President Tinubu, Soludo's re-election, affirmation of his visionary leadership. I congratulate Professor Soludo on his re-election. So this is Tinubu speaking. The overwhelming victory recorded on Saturday's poll has now made him the third governor in the state's political history to win a second term. Wow. Actually, ANAMBRA used to be a very hot spot before now. Professor Soludo's re-election is a testament to his visionary leadership, okay? And then he says, Governor Soludo, the solution, well, that's what they call him, whatever that means, has demonstrated that indeed knowledge is power and that academic principle is a professor actually, can be applied in serving the people under guarding accountability, transparency, and prudent management. I visited Anambra State in May this year where I inaugurated some project executed by the Soludo administration. Blah, blah, blah. I charged the commission with maintaining the standard and further improving its performance. Well, people were sharing money. We don't even know where that stands right now. And that's really crazy. Okay. Yeah. Landslide election. Let me see this one. Let me see this. Secures landslide election. I've seen this one. Final result is out again for those who didn't see that. 422 to close to 100,000 for APC. YPP, whoever that is, actually did well compared to LP and ADC and PDP combined. This is the coalition, so-called coalition. It's over for them. It's over. It's over. But again, it is what it is. Let me see. INEC has officially declared. Okay, so this is the official declaration as the winner of the ANAMBRA governorship election. Let's read.
Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Vice Chancellor, University of Benin, hereby certified that I am the returning officer for the 2025 Anambra State governorship election held on the 8th day of November 2025. I also certify that the election was contested and that the winner emerged. The candidate with the highest number of votes cast and percentage have all been computed. I therefore declare that Soludo Charles Chukuma of the APGA, I will satisfy the requirement of the law and score the highest number of votes in this election. Is hereby declared the winner and returned elected.
I guess that was when those retards started shooting the guns up there outside the police force. And that's it. So that's it, guys. Charles Soludo, aka Solution, is also a prof, has been returned. AAC candidate Chioma G secured 292 votes in the final election. Result of the number. Yeah, nobody was expecting that she was going to get anything. And this is also a warning. I hope LP doesn't fall to the so-called Showres party. This was just more of a distraction. It is what it is. INEC is set to announce. Yeah, we just listened to that. We saw this viral video of this guy in again. Yeah, so that's that about that. I want to move on. Let me see.
I never say it's time. I'll talk to you later. Congratulations. Hello? Yes. Okay. I never say it's time. I'll talk to you later. Congratulations.
Okay, so that's that about that. That's him celebrating. Okay, yeah. Cool. Police officer, yeah, we saw this. Again, that's that about that. Back to final figures. So this is the final figure. YPP now. LP 10,576. We've seen all of this. Yeah, okay, that's good. I'm gonna move on. So we'll see what happens. I've told you the implication for the LP, a party, for the ADC. ADC is dead. ADC is dead. I mean, it's over. It's over for Atiku. Except God doesn't want Tinubu to get there in 2027. From what I'm seeing on ground, it is. So with all the noise and display from Labour Party people here, this is the end. Oh yeah, let's agree Afghan APC board vote. But what about YPP? But this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone with a little common sense. Party is Labour, but all campaign video kept. I mentioned this yesterday. Party is Labour. All campaign videos kept mentioning obedience, even till the day of the election. Yesterday morning, this guy, whoever his name is, kept on saying obedience. I said, obedience is not on the ballot. Labour Party is what is on the ballot. You guys need to actually sit down and rethink your strategy. But you won't do that. Okay, instead of that, you just cuss people out. Again, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you're going to compare. The most viral video of their candidate was him taking advice from internet jester Gege, not policies idea. I mean, what do you expect when someone is taking from a jester, from a troll? Your candidate was taking notes from Gege. It's quite unfortunate, but again, it is what it is. It is what it is, and then I'm gonna move on. Yeah, there was a video that I saw yesterday. I just said, you know what, I need to react to this video. And so people are talking about Trump. How come Trump is now talking about coming into Nigeria to kill the terrorists and unalive them, if that's the right word? How come it's now? Nigeria has been facing these problems for a while now. Okay, that's a valid point. But you have to understand that before Trump came back in his second term, he actually designated Nigeria a country of a particular concern. So it's not new. It's not just him waking up and saying, oh, it's now to invade. There's a question about Nigerian resources and all of those. I saw this video, and again, just a caveat. This video seems to be, I think they use some AIs in the illustrative purposes, but I remember then 2020 that there was a missionary that was rescued from the environs of Niger and Nigeria. Okay, and that was it. So this is this video showing how the people, tried to rescue that missionary. Let me just see. I think I saw that video yesterday. Just give me a minute, please. Let me just get this out for you. Yeah, this is it. How the U.S. Navy
at Dam Neck, Virginia.
How the U.S. Navy
we are still on the issue of
Nigeria. Not this.
Will cross into Nigeria. $. It's an insult to the criminals. They want real money. When he can't deliver, they take something more valuable. Him. His wife watches as her husband disappears into the darkness, the motorcycle engines fading into the African night. By sunrise, those motorcycles will cross into Nigeria. By sunset, Philip Walton will have a price on his head. The ransom call comes 18 hours later. $1 million. At CIA headquarters in Langley, analysts are already tracking the cell phone that made the ransom demand. The NSA's SIGINT satellites pivot overhead, triangulating signals across Niger's sparse cellular network. Each ping tells a story. Direction of travel, speed, stops along the way. The mathematics are precise. Latitude, longitude, and timestamps, creating a digital breadcrumb trail. By October 28th, the cell phone track goes cold at the Nigerian border. But other intelligence assets are already in play. Marine Special Operations Command has ISR drones overhead. The kidnappers have made their first mistake. They're still using the same phones. At Dam Neck, Virginia, a duty officer's secure phone rings. SEAL Team 6's Silver Squadron receives a warning order. A possible hostage rescue in West Africa. Time sensitive. Operators start checking their gear. This is what they train for. Philip Walton has 68 hours before he becomes a propaganda tool, a bargaining chip, or worse. But in those 68 hours, the most powerful military on Earth will move heaven and earth, or at least several tons of highly sophisticated aircraft to bring him home. The intelligence flows up the chain of command, from Langley to the Pentagon, from AFRICOM to the White House. By dawn on October 29th, a file marked Eyes Only lands on the Resolute desk. Inside, satellite photos, cell phone intercepts, and a simple question that demands an immediate answer. October 29th, 2020, 0800 hours. The Situation Room. President Trump reviews the intelligence package for the third time. The satellite.
So before any of this kind of operation is done, you have to have the president go into it and say, okay, fine, yeah, this is it. And also most of it, they're actually done under high stress moment. So any failure in that rescue operation can actually, lead to multiple deaths. So most of the time when you have all this operation, it's actually done, like there was this argument that was Nigeria aware, was Nigeria not aware. I don't know if they were fully aware of every details. Maybe they had an hint, but not fully aware.
Satellite imagery is definitive. 200 miles from where Walton was taken. 6 structures, mud brick construction, 1 vehicle. Thermal imaging counts 7 heat signatures. The CIA's cell phone surveillance has done its job. Every call, every text, every data packet is tracked and analyzed. The kidnappers' phones connect to 3 towers, allowing triangulation within a 50-meter radius. The NSA's algorithms process voice patterns, background noise, and even the Doppler shift of passing vehicles. Technology worth billions is focused on 7 criminals with outdated phones. At Naval Station Rota, Spain, aircraft start their pre-flight checks. 4 MC-130J Commando 2s. Their engines capable of just over 4,500 shaft horsepower each. 4 CV-22 Ospreys, tilt-rotor aircraft that fly like planes but land like helicopters. 1 AC-130J Ghost Rider gunship, bristling with a 30mm cannon, 105mm howitzer, and precision-guided munitions. The logistics alone are staggering. 21,000 pounds of fuel per aircraft. Maintenance crews, mission planning computers, calculating flight paths to avoid radar detection. SEAL Team 6's Silver Squadron's 30 operators received their final briefing. The target package includes detailed overhead imagery, signals intelligence, and pattern of life analysis. The compound layout is memorized, every door, window, and corner. Guard rotations tracked over 48 hours. The kidnappers pray 5 times daily, creating predictable vulnerability.
Is that not funny? Kidnappers. You have people held in hostage and you're praying 5 times daily. I don't know which God they're serving though. It's just crazy.
Ability windows. The mission hinges on one critical factor, speed. From the moment boots hit the ground, they have minutes before every militant within 10 miles converges on their position.
Okay.
The helicopters can't land. The noise from their rotors will just spook them. It'll have to be a halo insertion, dropping from 25,000 feet, where they can enter without making a sound.
Wow.
But this is much easier said than done. At 25,000 feet, the temperature drops to minus 40 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
Without pressurized oxygen systems, hypoxia sets in within 3 to 5 minutes. The operators will free fall at 126 miles per hour, covering nearly 20,000 vertical feet in 2 minutes. Their navigation computers calculate wind drift, barometric pressure,
126 per hour? That's crazy.
And GPS coordinates, updating them every millisecond. One miscalculation means missing the drop zone by miles. The weather forecast adds another variable. A sandstorm is building in the Sahara and is expected to reach northern Nigeria within 36 hours. Visibility will drop to 0, grounding all aircraft. It's now or never. At 1800 hours, President Trump makes the call. The risk is acceptable. American lives are not negotiable. Within minutes, encrypted.
Can we say Nigerian lives are not negotiable? I'm just wondering. I'm just asking. Like, they see what they're doing just to secure one person's release. Meanwhile, we had 200 Chibok girls stolen and kidnapped until tomorrow. Just a few weeks ago, Jonathan was asking, like, I still want to know what really happened. And maybe the soldiers can write a book about what their experience was, what really happened to the Chibok girl. That's the president of the Nigerian government, of the Nigerian state.
Orders flash across secure networks. Aircraft engines spin up. But even as the mission launches, intelligence analysts notice something troubling. Phone intercepts suggest the kidnappers have made contact with a known militant. In the compound, one guard paces nervously, checking his phone every few minutes. They're waiting for him to come. The race is on, American technology and training against the clock. The hunters have become the hunted, and dawn is coming fast. What happened next? We can't show it all here without YouTube slapping this video with a warning. But we can show you on Patreon. To watch the full-length video completely uncensored, subscribe to my Patreon page, where there are no restrictions on what we can tell and show you there. Scan the code or use the link in the description now to watch the full video.
Okay.
At 25,000 feet, the human body has exactly just a few minutes of useful consciousness without oxygen. The operators breathe pure O2, flushing nitrogen from their bloodstreams. Each breath is calculated. Too fast causes hyperventilation, too slow risks hypoxia. Their Halo rigs weigh 65 pounds. Main chute, reserve, oxygen system, combat equipment, weapons. The margin for error is 0. Green light. They step into the void. The mathematics of free fall is unforgiving. Air resistance increases with the square of velocity until reaching terminal speed, 126 miles per hour for a spread-eagled human form. The operators maintain a tight formation using subtle body movements to adjust position. Their helmet-mounted displays show altitude, heading, drift, and time to pull. GPS updates their position every second, calculating wind speeds at different altitudes. They pull at 3,000 feet, ram air parachutes deploying in sequence. The sound is distinctive, fabric catching air, lines going taut. The sudden deceleration from 180 feet per second to 20. Now comes the technical flying, using toggle controls to navigate toward the landing zone. Their night vision reveals the target compound 2.8 miles southeast. On the ground, a guard stands watch, unaware that 30 silent canopies are descending through the darkness above him.
Wow.
The operators land in textbook formation, immediately collapsing their chutes and activating IR strobes visible only through night vision. Time on target, 0247 hours, exactly as planned. The movement phase begins. 3 miles of rough terrain lay between them and Philip Walton. They move in tactical formation, point man, flankers, rear security. Every operator monitors a specific sector, weapons at the ready. Their equipment is optimized for speed and surprise. HK-416S with 10.4-inch barrels for close quarters work, suppressors to maintain noise discipline, and IR lasers invisible to the naked eye. Thermal imaging drones overhead relay real-time intelligence. 7 heat signatures in the compound, positions unchanged, but now there's an 8th. Someone on a motorcycle approaching from the east. The operators freeze, becoming part of the landscape. The motorcycle passes 200 meters away, its rider oblivious to the surroundings. At 0314 hours, they reach the assault position. The compound wall is 8 feet high, topped with broken glass. Breaching charges are already prepared. Precise amounts of explosives calculated to blow doors without causing a collapse. Flashbangs ready to disorient defenders. Okay. The assault plan is choreographed to the second. Through thermal scopes, they observe the targets. 2 guards outside, walking predictable patterns. 5 more inside various structures. And somewhere in there, 1 American praying he'll see another sunrise. The mathematics favors the attackers. Surprise, superior training, better equipment. But combat is chaos theory in action. No plan survives first contact. Silver Squadron stacks on the breach point. In 7 seconds, it will all be over. 0315 hours. The explosion tears through the pre-dawn quiet. A precise crack that blows the compound's main gate inward. Silver Squadron flows through the breach like water through a broken dam. No hesitation, no second thoughts. The 2 exterior guards don't even raise their weapons. The operators split into assault teams, each with assigned sectors. Speed is survival. Every second of delay means reinforcements getting closer. Building 1, clear. Building 2, 2 targets neutralized. The suppressors reduce muzzle blast, but can't eliminate the supersonic crack of bullets. The compound erupts in controlled chaos. Where's the American? The team leader's voice cuts through the tactical net. Buildings 1 through 4 are clear. 6 targets down, but no Philip Walton. Then there was movement in Building 5. Someone scrambling in the darkness. An operator kicks the door. Inside, a figure huddles in the corner. Through night vision, they see him clearly. Bearded, terrified, hands raised. American, American. Philip Walton's voice cracks with desperation. We're here to take you home, the operator says.
Again, they've used some kind of imagery, CGI and all of that to just put this together. So this is not exactly how it happened. It's just a narration. But again, how the United States of America was able to actually secure 1 American held by the Nigerian and Niger Republic kidnappers or whoever they are is actually mind-blowing. And we had 200 girls, and we couldn't figure out. They returned some, they didn't return some, they've kidnapped priests and all that. Why have we not developed this level of expertise? And that's the question.
The only gentle word spoken in this maelstrom so far. But the 7th kidnapper is missing. Thermal drone footage shows him fleeing on foot, already 300 meters away. The team leader makes a calculated decision. Secure the package, don't pursue. Some debts get collected later. Outside, the situation deteriorates rapidly. Technical trucks are mobilizing from the village. RPG teams are setting up on rooftops. The extraction window is closing. The Ospreys are inbound, but they need a secure landing zone. That's when the AC-130 gunship announces its presence. The 30mm cannon speaks first, 200 rounds per minute of precision fire. A technical truck explodes, then another. The 105mm howitzer follows, turning an enemy position into a crater. The message is clear. This airspace belongs to the United States Air Force. The Ospreys arrive in a hurricane of dust and noise. Rotors in helicopter mode, they touch down just long enough for Silver Squadron to board with their rescued package. Walton stumbles, legs weak from captivity. Strong hands lift him aboard. As they lift off, small arms fire sparks off the aircraft's armor. The door gunners respond with streams of tracer fire. In 30 seconds, they're out of small arms range. In 2 minutes, they're over the horizon. Time on target, 11 minutes. Targets neutralized, 6. Americans rescued, 1. United States casualties, 0. At 0342 hours, Philip Walton makes a satellite phone call from the aircraft. His wife answers on the second ring. "Honey," he says, voice breaking, "I'm coming home. Bye for now."
But here's a group of Somalis who are fed up with Ilhan Omar. Oh yeah,
and that's it. That's it. I wanted to show you this thing. This is a very, very interesting stuff that happened in the United States. And you won't believe what happened. So right now, you know, there's a heavy debate about immigration into the United States. So if you've been following what has been happening, it's just been crazy. Now, there are now there's what I call ethnic clashes happening within the Somali group. So if you go to Minneapolis, you have a lot of Somalians there, or Somalis, or whatever they call themselves there. You know what happened? They refused to vote for another sect of Somalia, just like, let's say, Nigerians get themselves in one of the states, and then they have this local election. One of them refused to vote for the other person because before they came to the United States, they were fighting back in Somalia. Let's watch
apparently
this.
So people are aware that there's like a lot of Somalian in like Minnesota. So there are so there's Somali clans that wouldn't vote for that Omar guy because he was from a different clan. Jacob Frey apparently beat Omar Fateh in Minneapolis by exploiting Somali clan divisions.
Whether you are from Galmadug or Getaway, you are.
So those are the two clans. So they're carrying whatever was happening in Somalia before they migrated to US. They're now also entrenching that tribal fight in the United States of America. So this white guy was like, you know what? I'm going to exploit that. And that was why, even though you have a lot of Somalis there, they couldn't win because the white guy was like, you know what? I'm going to use this thing to use this against them. It's not as if the white guy is also like a reasonable guy. He's one of the useless politicians anyways. But again, it is
from Minneapolis.
Tribal politics. We now have elections in Minneapolis that are being decided by Somalian tribal politics.
I am Somali and I can admit, bro, our people is the most divided people in the world. We are bringing this Qabilas thing to America. The same thing that killed our country, the tribalism.
Yeah, this is the whole reason why a lot of people don't want a lot of immigration from those places, is because people that come from those places bring their problems here. He's even saying it. When a Somalia person comes in, they become a serious one. There are people like that living right.
So this lady was rescued. She came to the United States as a refugee. Now she's a Congress member in the United States. Now we got to realize that his family was part of the bad gangs that actually ruled Somalia. That's crazy. So that wasn't really running for a refugee for the safety of her life. Though it was running, she ran for safety because the people rose up against her family in Somalia. Now she's a congresswoman. And this was the woman that belittled and beplayed 9/11.
Right here in our city, calling for rival clans to be expelled and pushed out. I just Clash of Clans. We need to get rid of these people. We will never gain power and move forward as Somalians as long as these people live among us and we don't kick them out. Well, So why is it that you guys get to say all this, but then you go and say
the idea that this is a white nation that needs to be preserved is a fascinatingly disgusting view, because this country is one for the many.
How the fuck are you criticizing white people when you guys can't even get along with your own clans? Y'all can't even figure this shit out yourself. And you're talking.
And that's why the black the I would say those black Americans that were actually descendants of the slaves, they literally ate the black immigrants. It's not eating. The rivalry is there. Same color, but different pathway to the United States, and there's rivalry.
Talking about getting them deported. They try to lecture us about racism, but the moment that they don't get their way, they start talking about kicking each other out of the country, even inside of their own little group. And this is what I've always said. Never listen to the people that say that they want acceptance. They want you to accept them. They don't want to accept you. They have no problem doing this to their own fucking people. I think this is the perfect moment that I can say exactly what I have been saying for years, that none of this stuff is anything other than self-serving rhetoric so these people can simply put themselves in more advantageous positions. And
I agree with the guy. I mean, it might be a little bit, but I agree with the guy. So back to our rescue mission.
Last night, our brave special
so
forces rescued an American hostage in a faraway country.
This was 2020, okay? This was 2020.
We had a mission sent to a faraway land where they kidnapped an American citizen, and the kidnappers wished they had never done it. And they went in with a large group, 0 casualties. We got our American citizen, young man, we got our young man back. But the other side suffered gravely, I can tell you that. Our nation salutes its courageous military, which brilliantly executed this operation. Very few people would have been able to do it. It was very complicated and very complex, tough area. We celebrate the safe return home of an American hostage. We've gotten many hostages home.
Okay, so that's not about that. I'm celebrating, and that's just it. Just one person spent resources, moved their tanks, moved their fighter jets and all of that, and then they got him secured. Again, I'm saying that we need to protect ourselves. We need to deal with ourselves. We need to actually up the ante with respect to ourselves. Until you start valuing just one single life, either it's Hausa or Igbo or Yoruba, we would not get out of this mess. And it's a big mess. You may not know it, it's a big mess. It takes someone to understand when you think farther, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 50 years from now, if this terrorism issue is not solved, and you can do it the Dubai way. Dubai is very strict. You can call the leaders, the emirs, the sultans, and like, guys, it's time to fix this nonsense. It's time to fix it. If you don't do that, I'm sorry. At some point, you can wish the country, Nigeria, goodbye. It's not until when we start killing ourselves. You have to understand that this is how it starts. It's been moving like that, slowly but surely, spreading across the whole homeland of Nigeria. And that's crazy. Okay. This guy is trending again. I thought they settled their issue, but let's see.
Enough of the social media posting and talking. Regina Daniels, if for the 6 years you've been married to this man, you don't have connection, then it raises some questions.
I don't know what kind of connection she's talking about. I don't really have a clue. What are you saying? It's a marriage. It's not a network group. What are you talking about? Connection to who? Were you saying that she should have had an insurance policy in case the marriage falls?
Take your case to court. So I will beg your family to please stop the whole social media stuff. Then get a PR team to do that for you and follow this in the judicial and right process. Enough of this personal.
So that's the problem. So this lady is assuming that when she goes to court, she's going to win. But again, you don't know. That's what I'm saying. These issues are very difficult to wade into because you don't even know. You don't even know if the case actually does favor her. And again, there's a video where I think they were talking about, you know, this guy can eat her. But again, there was no real context to that video. So it doesn't make sense for me to comment that was what happened. It was an if situation.
And aspersions. I know the pain. You want to get even for a man who has abused you and your family. You made the choice to marry your grandfather. But you should not die because of that. But that being said, enough of the social media drama. Take your case to court. Go to the Senators' Wife Association. Let them plead your case. Marriage is not by force. And I tell you now, I'm your mother's aide mate. Do not return to that house if you don't feel safe. Don't let nobody use children against you. Your children will be fine. So please stop the drama. Go get help. Use the proper channel. Get the authority. Please. I know this is painful.
Okay.
Enough of the whole drama. And I repeat, your mental health is important. So if Rita Daniels, you want to be a mother now, fly to wherever your daughter is and Kaju Hassami will be fine. You have people watching over him for you and fighting that cause. Go take care of your daughter's mental health. Except you've not gone through domestic violence, you will not know at this vulnerable state, anybody can be suicidal.
Yeah, but again, you're jumping to conclusion. Like, except I see the full story. Like, it's very difficult for me to take one side or the other. I mean, you just have to be rational here because we don't know. Like, the husband is also claiming that people from our own side comes in to vandalize properties and all that. We saw the cars that were destroyed. Again, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't say this is what happened, except possibly there's a fact-finding stuff, and then we know what happened.
Self-harm is prevalent. Prevent that. Take care of your child and get off social media. All of now for that country.
Yeah, that I agree. She should just leave social media.
So now they mad.
You don't need to abuse us now. What did we do? What did we do?
Off your child and get off social media. All of now for that country now they mad.
Wow, Kilode. What did we do now?
All of now they sick. And people clapping, I don't care, she deserves what she got. May such faith not before.
Madam, take it easy. Like, nobody is saying she deserves what she gets. And if people are saying that, I guess they're just being a troll, okay? Just like this little girl, Regina, I feel so bad for her now. Oh, this was her when she was, what?
It's time for studies, so no ice creams, okay?
I'll tell my daddy.
You come back here, Sophia. Come back here. You listen. There are 1,001 children out there who would want to enjoy the kind of privilege that you are enjoying. Give them an inch and they will rule the world. If you do not read your books and listen to your elders, those who read their books and listen to their elders will certainly be something prominent in future. And you will be a nobody. Do you want to be a nobody when you grow up?
No. I want to be a newscaster, a doctor, and a beauty queen.
You listen, my child. Those dreams cannot come true if you do not study. So what is it going to be? Ice cream or your books?
My books.
Oh, I didn't even know that she did. I know she started acting very, very early in her life, but man, that exposure at that age, wow. At the learned that she was already like made, even at a very younger age. I just wish her well because I don't even know what to say. I just wish her well. No, that's the only thing I can say. Hopefully everything works out well. You know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Let me see again if I have anything. I saw this picture, and this is one of the prominent obedient this thing. Look at this. One of the prominent obedient. This is what they do. Oh, this is a real problem. I'm gonna play this. Number one, copyright and all that. This girl has been trending. This person that I call my husband has been threatening me. He has removed me from his COS. I only have 60 days to remain in the United Kingdom. I told you yesterday that there was this new rules that now, once there is a problem in a relationship, before now the UK will allow the other party to stay. Okay, but for whatever reason, I think they've seen that there's been a prevalence increase in divorce rate when people come from Nigeria and every other countries to the UK, where the guy does their paper, bring them in, and then they just move. So now this is one of the real examples. I never knew that this has actually started.
I need your help. I need your help. I need your support. The person that I called my husband,
okay,
has been threatening me,
okay,
that he's going to take me out of his COS, and finally he did it.
Wow!
I received a message from the Home Office saying that I only have 60 days to get other sponsorship or to leave the country. I need your help.
Wow.
I need your help. At this time, I just feel like my life is gradually going down because I never expected that one day something like this could happen to me. I never expected it. Guys, I need your help. I need your help. If you know anywhere where I can get a sponsorship, I'm ready to relocate. I need your help. I need your support. I need your help at this time. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know.
Okay, so that's it about that. I'm not gonna,
or if not, I will have to go back to Nigeria, and I don't want to.
Okay, yeah, Nigeria, and that's what happened. It's just quite sad. It's really sad, but again, it is what it is. And that's one thing with the system. Once they see these and they make those changes, and that's it. You married me at 17, but here is a mother confirming that she was almost 20. What is this?
And on the 10th year, she go be 20 years. She never tried. She tell me she won't marry at where they call so. Now, old mama, because of the wisdom where they are ahead, if all those nonsense people where they open their mouth, their gutter mouth, they talk, they no get them. Regina, na 20 years, oh, no be October with this, which will they talk? Today, this is waiting. And on the 10th year, she go be 20 years. She never tried. She tell me she won't marry at early age. Just like what happened recently, they say Regina marry. I go marry one Methuselah, one old man. Shoo? I never see where person they drink Panadol for person headache. The small girl come and cry, give and say them force and enter the marriage. Now love, oh, and me will be man no get the right to tell and say come no love. Some of our celebrities inside house they no fit talk. Some girls they cry inside there they no fit talk because they marry young boys. What's they different between young? I won't even ask her. My name na Rita Daniels. Onye Choki Bediama Chukuji. Regina Daniels mama. I be actor. I see they produce. I dey into business. I be politician. Every angle. So far the children survive. Not like that. But no be bad one no. We go discourage children no. Not everybody get their own style as they train their own pikin no. The way I take they train my own. If you know be the same way we take they train your own. But me, if they ask me, I see myself as the best mother so far.
Okay, yeah. So all these old videos are just coming out and all of that. Okay, Reno Mokri wants to wade into what happened with Anambra state election. It's not just that Professor Charles Soludo won, it's the extent of his win. That's what I've been saying. It's the extent of his win. And again, it's not just that Peter Obi's Labour candidate, Dr. George Moghalu, lost. It's the extent of his rejection by the people of Anambra State that is stunning. That's why Peter Obi rigorously campaigning for Mr. Moghalu. He could only secure 2% of the total vote. This is an embarrassment. And this is embarrassing, and it reveals how the Obidia movement has been eroded as a political force, stripped of his ability to use ethnicity and, anyways, I don't want to, Reno would definitely try to go for the jugular here, but I congratulate this guy. Okay, that's that about that. I'm just asking Grox right now, what is really happening? You know, with Arise TV. It seems that Arise TV is in a whole world of trouble. And it's possible that that TV is being taken over by First Bank. So let me just give you the brief summary of what happened with Arise TV. So you could see that people have been taunting, what's it called again? This guy, Rufai, and all those people working for Arise TV. So this guy, Woye, says, if you work for Arise TV, work on your CV now. I beg this guy to help you work for your TV. Save money. Can show up anytime. Don't leave anything for office. So TVC or channels can employ you, but they will not tolerate gangsterism. The fire they come from Ekpe. Ekpe fish is the best, Sha. They should follow this guy for the TV and all that. Okay, yeah, that's that about that. But this is the old story. This is the owner, Unduaka. I'm just going to name him. He also owns This Day newspaper. Now, this guy has always had debt, right? UK court disqualified him as a director for 7 years in 2021. Over $25 million unpaid debt. Staff salary crisis also happened in 2016. But now, this is where it gets interesting. There's a current financial crisis. First Bank of Nigeria is chasing a $225 million. And this is where it all went down. I guess these monies were borrowed in foreign currencies. And you know what happened when Tinubu came in? It devalued the Naira. By telling you that, you know what, no longer managing the Naira, let the chip fall wherever it wants to fall. Some reports say they actually owed $718 million with interest, and is owned by his oil company and then the Ibo Carbon Limited. The loans are tied to oil assets transferred under the alleged CBN pressure during Emefiele's era. Legal action. So in January 2025, the Federal High Court froze Nduka's and his family's asset and his bank account. Recently, AMCOM placed DHL under receivership, threats to his media assets. So what's going to happen to Arise TV? What's going to happen to Rufai? What's going to happen to Abati? What's going to happen to AY and all of those people? Well, this is it. If GHL cannot pay, First Bank, chaired by Femi Otedola, and airline who doesn't play nice, could seize Arise TV, This Day, and other holdings. Status: Arise TV is still on here, but at a serious risk of takeover, restructuring, or closure. Case ongoing, no confirmed settlement or presidential intervention. Why would the president intervene? I mean, I don't know, but it's really bad. It's really, really bad. And that's that about that. Let me see if I have other things trending. Yeah, but that's it. Oh, this is Regina Daniels. Let me see. Is this account? This doesn't look like an account that belongs to her. So I'm just gonna leave this. I hope she finds, the piece that she wants. Let's see this. Oh, I don't know what this is, but again, it is what it is. Okay, I've seen this one. Wow, Omoyele is saying that they should hold Prince Nedunwonko accountable for crimes against a minor. And she's no longer a minor, right? The case of APC has gone far beyond politics. It now points to serious criminal conduct and gross abuse of power. According to Regina Daniels, Senator, this married her when she was only 17 old at the time, and she was allegedly a minor. Under UK law, where Nwoko remains a registered legal practitioner, any sexual activities following that marriage would amount to statutory rape. I mean, more disturbing are allegations that the senator introduced her to hard drugs. What? This is crazy. This is crazy. Again, I wish her well. Another protest loading. Is he going to fight for her? But I don't know. I don't know if that will work. Yeah, that's just it. EFCC. What was this?
Story building Like, we cannot even detect EFCC. If you guys don't tread carefully, waiting happen for NSAS will happen again. Because tell me the kind of fear where you go put for person heart, we go make a jump from 4-story building. Like, we cannot even detect if this is an armed robber or a real officer. Because the way you guys approach, that fear, bro, it is not needed. If you want to arrest person, like there are ways to arrest people. Don't be saying go make person feel like say you won't kill them. Because why would somebody jump from 4-story building? You know waiting be 4-story building. This schoolly death is so painful because guy, you cannot be making youth you cannot be making us scared of being successful. Like person go dey successful, they fear. Like not everyone is into.
But why will he jump, right?
Like even though that okay, this person is into fraud, like there are ways that you issue an arrest. You guys need to call yourself to order and talk. Like what's going on?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's this. Well, man criticized over the death of a South African-based Nigerian who died during an EFCC raid. That's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. Let me see. Let me see if I can see anything on this story. Oh, raid, right? Wow. A resident in Lekki, Lagos, Endurance Udeke, has reportedly died after jumping from a 4-story building during an EFCC raid. What? This is wrong on all levels. This is wrong on all levels. Let me see. Wow. So they went in and the guy jumped. But why would he jump? No matter what. Endurance Udeke, a residence of Periwinkle Estate in Lekki Phase 1. Wow. Man, that's crazy. Oh, yeah, they even tweeted about it. I don't even know what to say. We were just talking about how the United States rescued one of their citizens. Now, EFCC, the tragedy of a lost mandate led to citizen Endurance Udeke's jump to his death. Instead of pursuing real criminals, you have bandits, you have all of those. All these people supporting all this terrorism, they move money around. I've never seen EFCC try to arrest someone that is sponsoring terrorism because there's money trail. All the heavy stuff, all the heavy weapon that they buy, there are money trails. It's heartbreaking that this loss of direction has now claimed another young man's life. Until then, wow, we stand as a shameful indictment of an agency that has become part of the very corruption that it's fighting for. This is ridiculous. I don't know who this guy is, but the parents need to sue. No matter what. Wow. No, this is not a matter of political drama. But it is what it is.
By hand.
It is what it is.
To the regal agbadas that
okay, this is GTB fashion stuff.
graced kings and ancestors. Fashion is stitched into every fold and fabric, carrying our stories across generations. Fashion moves us, reminding us of where we come from and inspires where we're going. Each year, through the GTCO Fashion Weekend platform, we open our doors to thousands of small businesses, to artisans and creators who transform thread into identity. We bring the world to Lagos and Lagos to the world, celebrating our indigenous designers alongside international icons. This year, we invite you to not only look, but to feel, to walk through moments that have shaped fashion at GTCO Fashion.
Okay, yeah, that's it. So for now, I need to go. Thanks everyone for watching. If you've not subscribed to this channel, I would appreciate, I'm asking for a favor to please subscribe as we begin to grow this community. Possibly, I will see if I can still come back later today. But again, thanks for watching. Have a good week. Have a great week.